You already know how to trade. You've studied strategies, watched charts, back-tested setups, and repeated the same routines hoping consistency would magically appear. But let's be honest, if strategy were the solution, you'd already be profitable. What's holding you back isn't information, it's hesitation. It's fear. It's the quiet belief that you don't trust yourself with execution. So today, we're not analyzing charts. We're not talking indicators, entries, or risk to reward. We're challenging you to face something far more uncomfortable: your own psychology. This is a rapid-fire mindset audit designed to expose the hidden beliefs sabotaging your performance. The ones that make you break rules, overtrade, hesitate, chase, and repeat the same mistakes even when you know better. This isn't about becoming smarter. It's about becoming mentally unshakable. It's about tearing down the excuses, dismantling the emotional patterns tied to fear and validation, and replacing them with conviction, discipline, and controlled aggression. Because profitable traders don't trade perfectly, they trade without negotiating with emotion. So if you're ready to stop playing safe, stop hiding behind analysis, and stop letting doubt dictate your decisions, then sit still, focus, and commit. Because what happens next isn't education, it's confrontation. And on the other side of that confrontation is the version of you capable of relentless, disciplined, savage execution. Let's begin with one question. Not the polite version, not the excuse-filled version, the real one. Why are you not profitable yet? Pause. Don't rush to answer. Let the discomfort sit. Because the first response your mind wants to give you is the same response you've been hiding behind. Strategy, timing, market conditions, volatility, liquidity, or my setup isn't complete yet. You've said all of these before. You've convinced yourself they were reasons, but deep down, you know they were justifications. Now strip all that away. Say the real answer, the one most traders never admit. I don't trust myself. Say it again. Because trust is the foundation of execution, and without execution, every strategy is useless. Now go deeper. I trade scared. You fear loss more than you pursue correct execution. You avoid discomfort more than you pursue discipline. I break my own rules. Not because you don't know better, but because emotion feels louder than logic. I hesitate. You wait for certainty. You wait for confirmation. You wait until the trade is no longer yours, and then you chase it. I want certainty, even though you chose a profession where certainty does not exist. I trade to avoid pain, not to execute. You move stops to avoid being wrong. You take profit early to avoid regret. You overtrade to avoid boredom. You size impulsively to avoid feeling behind. None of this is about skill. None of this is about market structure. None of this is about intelligence. This is about psychology. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Every losing trader, no matter their strategy, experience level, or market shares one behavioral pattern. They trade emotionally. Emotion means negotiation. Negotiation means inconsistency. Inconsistency means random results. But winning traders, consistently profitable traders, operate from one core belief. I execute without emotional negotiation. Not because they feel confident, not because the trade feels safe, not because they know what will happen next, but because they know something you haven't fully accepted yet. Execution matters more than outcome. Process matters more than prediction. Psychology matters more than strategy. Write that down. No, stop and actually write it. Execution matters more than outcome. Process matters more than prediction. Psychology matters more than strategy. Because until you acknowledge this truth, every tool, every indicator, Every system you chase will only repeat the exact same cycle. Hope makes you fear. Fear makes you act. Action makes you regret. Regret makes you reset. Then you start over. This is where that cycle ends, right here with honesty. Now that the excuses are stripped away, we go one layer deeper. Because your results aren't just a reflection of your actions, they're a reflection of who you are when you act. You don't trade the market, you trade your identity, your beliefs, your fears, your emotional patterns, your relationship with uncertainty, discipline, and self-worth. So answer this, honestly, without resistance. Do you see yourself as a trader who wins or someone hoping not to lose? You have 5 seconds to answer. Be precise, because identity isn't metaphorical. Identity is behavior repeated under pressure. Next question. Do you believe you deserve money, or do you feel like you're trying to earn permission from the market? If deep down you believe money is hard, rare, or not for you, you will sabotage every opportunity that contradicts that identity. Now another. Do you treat losses as data or as a personal attack? A trader who takes a loss personally will always trade to repair ego, not follow process. Mark Douglas taught, "A winning mindset is built on the acceptance of uncertainty, not the illusion of control." Now ask yourself, when you place a trade, are you executing a system or trying to predict the future? Because prediction feeds ego, execution feeds discipline. Here's another layer. Do you trade like a professional or like someone hoping the market validates their confidence? Professionals don't need confidence to execute. They need rules. Beginners trade when they feel good. Professionals trade when conditions match criteria. And here's the final identity question, the one most traders avoid. Who are you becoming every time you sit in front of the chart? Someone reactive? Someone emotionally fragile? Someone who trades boredom, fear, pressure, or someone who trades structure, clarity, conviction? Because the market doesn't respond to intentions, it responds to identity-driven behavior. So choose, consciously, not, what strategy should I use, but, who must I become to execute like a disciplined trader? Say this, I am not here to guess, I am here to execute with discipline. Let it anchor, because once identity shifts, behavior follows. Before we continue, don't move. Take one slow breath in through your nose, hold it, now exhale gently. Let the noise in your mind settle. For the next phase, your only job is honesty. Not performance, not analysis, not justification, just truth. Because this next part isn't theory, it's exposure. We're going to shine a light on the habits, emotions, and beliefs that run your trading, whether you're aware of them or not. Stay present, stay still. This is where the audit begins. Now answer each question with complete honesty. No thinking, no explaining. And write it down. Just the first answer that appears because that's the real one. Ready for the first question? Which emotion runs your trading? Is that fear, impatience, greed, FOMO, validation, avoidance, or else? Say it. Not the one you want, the one you feel. The next question. What destructive pattern repeats? Moving stops, closing winners early, oversizing, revenge trading, entering too early, entering too late, or else? Which one is your pattern? Third question. What belief silently controls your decisions? I need to win. I can't be wrong. I might miss the move. I need more confirmation. I'm afraid of losing money. I'm not fully ready. Which one do you carry? Fourth question. What would change if emotion was removed? Would you trade less? Be more patient? Follow rules? Stop chasing price? Wait for your setup? Say it. Visualize it. Next, if your trading results were a mirror, what are they reflecting about you? Discipline? Chaos? Growth? Fear? Avoidance? Conviction? Or someone who knows exactly what to do but hasn't become the person capable of doing it? Sixth question. Are you trading your system or trading your emotions? Answer without protecting ego. Remember, ego doesn't scale accounts, discipline does. Now, one final question, the most important in this audit. If nothing changes in your behavior, will your results ever change? You already know the answer. Hold that realization. Feel the weight of it. Because awareness without action is just another form of procrastination disguised as insight. And you're not here to admire awareness. You're here to transform it. You've exposed the truth. Now we rebuild. Not with motivation, not with hope, not with emotion, but with identity, clarity, and conviction. Repeat after me, slowly. I don't need certainty, I need execution. Say it again. I don't need certainty, I need execution. Because certainty is an illusion, but execution is a skill. Now repeat. I don't trade outcomes, I trade probability. Let it land. Because a professional does not care if the next trade wins. A professional cares whether the next trade was executed correctly. Now another. Discomfort is not danger. Discomfort is the signal I'm evolving. Most traders run from discomfort, and because of that, they run from growth. But you're not that trader anymore. Now visualize two versions of yourself. One trades emotionally, reacting to every candle, every spike, every voice in their head screaming, "Don't miss it." The other trades mechanically, calm, deliberate, detached, following structure and rules with zero negotiation. Same market, same environment, same strategy. Different identity. One is ruled by emotion, the other is ruled by process. Which one are you becoming? Not later, not after another losing streak, not once conditions feel safe. Now. Because consistency doesn't begin when the market behaves. Consistency begins when you behave. Now repeat this with conviction. My job is not to feel safe. My job is to follow my rules. Again. My job is not to feel safe. My job is to follow my rules. Feel the shift. This is the line that separates amateurs from professionals. The line that separates random results from repeatable performance. The line between hoping and executing. You are crossing that line right now. Now, one final affirmation for this phase. Say it clearly. I execute without emotional negotiation. No hesitation, no bargaining, no stories, no excuses, just execution. Because when your identity aligns with that belief, the discipline you've been chasing becomes automatic. The fear becomes quiet. The hesitation loses power. And the market stops feeling like chaos and starts responding like probability. Hold this shift. This is where the old version of you fades and the savage mindset begins. Now everything shifts from thought into identity. This is not theory anymore. This is who you become. So listen carefully. You are no longer the trader who panics at volatility. You are no longer the trader who hesitates when the setup appears. You are no longer the trader who trades to feel safe, validated, or entertained. That version of you served a purpose. It taught you what doesn't work, but it does not belong in your future. From this moment forward, you operate differently. You trade from structure. You act with intention. You execute with precision. You understand losing is part of the game, not a reflection of your worth, not a threat to your identity. A loss is information. A win is just data. Your edge isn't luck. Your confidence isn't emotion. Your consistency isn't hope. Your consistency comes from patience, not urgency. Process, not prediction. Execution, not emotion. Now say this out loud, slowly, clearly. I do not chase trades. I let trades come to me. Again, I do not chase trades. I let trades come to me. Because patience is a weapon. Now repeat. My rules protect me. My discipline builds me. Feel how different that statement is from the trader you used to be. And now, the final declaration. From now on, I am not trading to feel something. I am trading to execute something. This is your identity now. Not fragile, not emotional, not attached, but focused, deliberate, unshakable, dangerously consistent. A savage trader doesn't hope. A savage trader doesn't negotiate. A savage trader executes. Breathe in, hold, exhale. Welcome to the version of yourself that was waiting on the other side of hesitation. The audit is complete. Your mindset is reset. Now go trade like someone who finally knows. Consistency isn't something you find. Consistency is someone you become.